Hey, InfoWebs. Um, Follow-up video. I just wanted to elaborate a little bit more on the first natural law of conflict, that the lowest common denominator is the one who actually settles the conflict. And I'm going to do it with a historical approach, because everyone likes World War II. Well, like probably isn't the right word for that. Anyhow, the Allies won World War II. We did. Yeah, go us! In my view of conflict, that would actually mean that we dropped lower. We actually were the least common denominator in that conflict. Um, and I think historically that would be true. Um, in terms of killing the hell out of Germans, we went about as low as we could have possibly gone. Um, it, Enough to eradicate their country and prevent them from being able to, wage war on us. Now, we were both really in the muck there, but the Allies were just as deadly as the Germans were as far as military stuff. The Holocaust is a completely separate issue. That talk about lowest common denominator. Anyhow, but it applies to any kind of conflict. Um, in a political race, we had Barack Obama win. Yeah, um, um, he was better than the other guy. In my humble opinion, of course. Who knows? Maybe the other guy would have been great. Uh, Anyhow, the fact that he won, though, is, in my view, probably a testament to that the ways that he used to get his votes, they might have been on the up and up. They might have not been on the up and up. But that's where the conflict, that's where it starts to get interesting, is you start saying, well, you say least common denominator. How do you know what's the least common denominator? I mean, what if it's a fair fight? What if the guy just lost? Um, that's when I would actually say, no, it's a fixed system. If you are a strong man fighting a weak man, right? That is not a fair fight. Even if he goes up to you and says, "Hey, you mother, blah 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 blah, I'm gonna beat you like a Sally redheaded whatever." Um, if if you delve down to whatever level he's on, and you know that you have an advantage, that is my working definition of evil. Um, that's bad. Um, I mean, don't get me wrong, it feels so good, but it's bad. Um, because that's what breeds more conflict, and that's what makes people angry. That's what breeds dissent and all this other stuff. If we could just eliminate that um, globally, mine would absolutely explode with what we would be left with. But that's just one internet video's humble hope. But that's the idea. That's kind of the long view of things. That on the large scale, yeah, you can see that the lowest common denominator does dictate the winner. But on the micro scale, you can start seeing that no, the person is winning because they're the lowest common denominator, and that's not fair. You can look at it both ways, and it starts to have applications where if someone gives you money to buy soda, but they only want the soda because it's addictive, that's not really a fair transaction. You start seeing this stuff, and we should start realizing that, because really, the ball and chain of the matter is there shouldn't be any kings. None of us should live like kings. As sad as it is, it's been a couple hundred years since we threw the kings, but they're still around being kings. We don't want that. Uh, we should all be the same because we're all the same. That's kind of the idea that this country was founded on. I say kind of because rich white guys doing rich white guy stuff, but it, there was a part of that was we're all the same. We all have value of some sort, and that should really be respected. And even if you don't respect the value, you should totally respect the power. Because, man, conflict. Ooh, I get scared just thinking about it. But anyhow, that's the idea. That it's organic. It should happen, on its own, but I'm trying to push it along its own little way. And, yeah, so try to avoid conflict, and, yeah, good video.